Hey everyone, it's Bethany. We're going to explore some more products from Concord and Ninth's latest release that they did send over to me to create with, and they're so cute. So this set just has me with all the heart eyes. This is called Party Animal. So you have some layering stencils to do a fun backdrop, but you also have one to do more of a focal point with that cute little balloon dog. And that is what you can use this metal die to cut out. Then they have a stamp set as well. It have Party Animal, and then there's this really cool, it kind of looks like those old school labels. And when you use the dies, it's actually going to cut all of those out individually. So that's really, really neat. All right, so I thought I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do, if I wanted to do a backdrop or if I wanted to do this, and I knew I didn't want to do them one on top of the other. Just personally, I think that's too much for my style. So I'm going to make two cards for you today, and I pulled some inks already because I was looking through some of my cards that are on my wall that I'm inspired by, and sometimes I put cards on my wall that I'm inspired by their colors. So this combination is something that I've done, minus the sea glass, but I'll go over that in a minute. I did some cards last year for Concord and Ninth from one of their really fun releases. This is so pretty. So these colors are almost identical. This is actually eucalyptus, but I decided to opt for the sea glass because I wanted something a little lighter, but everything else is the same. So I love this color combination. Again, I'm gonna add in the sea glass instead of the eucalyptus, but that's kind of the direction that we're gonna go with this new collection. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom out here just so we have some room to play. And I think what I'll do is I'm gonna make it easy on myself and do all of my ink blending first and together. So as I create these cards, I'm going to kind of make elements for each one in the same steps, just to help me stay organized. Now, I should have made sure that I needed how many colors? I think it was 4. Wasn't it 4? Oh, and am I gonna have to mask? Oh, that is gonna be a tricky thing. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Okay, so let's see. So this is going to be the bigger one over here. Super cute. Looks like we're gonna probably flip or something. Okay, we'll figure that in a minute. And then this is going to be the backdrop one. Now, my friend Carissa Wiley, she has been talking about the Concord and Ninth, I believe this is correct, cardstock. And I've had this in my craft room for a really long time, and I honestly kind of forgot about it. But she was saying, and I hope this is correct, but she was saying that she loves this for ink blending. And since we're gonna do a lot of ink blending, I thought I would give this a try. And automatically, you can tell that it is so much smoother than the traditional cardstock that I usually use. So we'll see how that all works out. Okay, so I have my blending brushes off to the side here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my bigger balloon first. So they have little notches in the stencil, so you can see the little corners, and you're just going to line up your cardstock there. So now this is A2 size, and that's what it's sized to be aligned with. So A2 is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm just checking to see if they need to go in any order, but I don't think they do. This says 2A and 2B, so I might as well just follow the alphabet, but I don't know that it would matter. Okay, so I'm just taping my cardstock down, and there we go. Okay, I'm gonna move this to the side just so I don't accidentally get any ink on that. And then I will do 2A. So again, I'm just using those 4 corner guides, and I will tape this right on down. Make sure that I did that right. Okay, here we go. And, oh wait, that's not right. That's not right at all. Okay, hold on. How am I gonna do this? Because, no, that doesn't work at all. Hold on. Well, I guess I can just, no, that will work. I guess I can just do it all in one corner. Does that make sense? You'll see as it plays out. So we are going to be flipping all of these. So what we'll do is just mask this off. Now, if you were wanting to put this right on your actual card base, you might want to do something a little different, but I am just simply going to use the die to cut this out. So it really doesn't matter at what position it is on my cardstock. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, you'll visually see that play out in just a second. So I think what I want to do is I want to do watermelon for my main little balloon. And then I think I'll do a fun creamsicle backdrop is what I think I'm going to do. So let me, yeah, I think that's good. I'm pretty sure watermelon was the last that I used on this, but just in case, I'll go ahead and clean this off. Don't mind my watch that continuously says 9:15. My battery died today, so if you're wondering why that doesn't move, then that's why. Okay, with watermelon, you want to kind of tap that off. It comes in pretty generously, but it also will depend on the look that you're going for. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit more light-handed here. Okay, again, I masked that off so I'm not getting the rest of my cardstock all dirty. Okay, so I think that's the tone that I want to do. Super cute. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this to kind of wipe that, and then I'll clean it really well in a bit, but I take my mask off, take my stencil, oops, come here, and then I'll just flip it, okay? Flip it, align it with the 4 guides. Oops, oh, now I have ink all over me, hold on. Okay, goodness. All right, then I'll just do the exact same thing. So I can, and if you wanted to do 2 at the same time, maybe you're doing the 2 different colors or something, make the most of your cardstock, you could just keep blending and do the whole thing. That's another idea for creating cards in bulk. So I don't know, let's see how, just watch and see how this plays out, and you can maybe approach this differently than I did or do the same thing. Okay, so the point here is that where these little pieces overlap, it's going to be a little darker. So that's why we have some overlapping stencils here. Okay, so how cute. Oh my gosh, this could be sweet. And to remember how light or heavy I wanted to do that. I think that was kind of it. Okay, so that was all 2A. Oh, I kind of got a little darker with my second one, but that'll still be okay. You can see the overlapping. Okay, and then I'll move that to the side and keep my little mask so that will work. And then let's do this. There we are. And then I kind of want to mask just kind of right there. All right, I'm gonna grab my extra off my mat there. That should be good. And I'll keep this light just like that. Okay, there is one side. And then we will just turn this over. Oh, isn't that cute? And then we'll do this side. Okay, lining that up. Cute, cute. How fun is this? I love stuff like this. Okay, this is such a unique set. And these little balloon animals are so trendy. I think they're so fun. Okay, and then I'll just grab just a tiny bit more and finish this last little opening. Okay. We are good to go. Now there's little sprinkles of confetti and fun little embellishments on these stencils as well, so you can, you know, run with this in any direction. So now what I have is my little balloon animal right up here. That turned out really cute. Okay, so then again, I will use in a bit, I'm gonna work in stages here. So I'll use in a little bit, oh, hopefully this doesn't rip my cardstock. I'll use that die to cut this out, but it blended really well. So far, I'm really impressed with that cardstock. It looks beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna be gentle, remove that. And let's get our second one in. I'm going to clean off my mat in the meantime. And because, hold on, where do I want to put this? Maybe there. Because I am doing lots of colors, I want to put them in certain spots. What I'm going to do is, I'll tape this down just like so. And I'm going to use this as my guide. So I kind of have roughly, did they use 5 colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get creative with some, unless I pull another color. No, I kind of want to stay with this color combination. So let's grab 1A. And I'm just using this to kind of see where I want to place my colors. Okay, I think I will pull one more color and do juniper. Hopefully I like that. Let's see. Well, let's just give it a try. That way I can kind of follow my color patterns a little bit better. And it's hard to see on this stencil, but you can see the little outlines of the dog on there. So then you'll know where to put that color. Okay, so this is gonna take me a bit to figure out, but this, and we're gonna have to do you think we can do this without masking all those pieces? Oh, that would be ideal. I'm gonna do my best just to keep this contained. So I'm going to do, I guess I could bring in some tinier brushes, but I feel like I'm more confident with the bigger ones. Okay, so I have this. I'm gonna try to do all of my colors. There's the pink. And then I will do this down here. Is that right? Should be. Right down there. Again, trying to keep this contained. And then we'll do these 3. Okay, tap that off. And there we go. Okay, I think so far I'm doing good. One thing I want to be aware of though is that the stencil needs to be wiped down between colors, because it can get, when you start bringing other colors in, you can kind of drag some of this into the other areas. So I want to do my best to wipe that off as much as I can and not like smudge it into the other openings as well. So just some things to keep in mind. Okay, I'll keep my pink blending brush out for later, or it's kind of a red blending brush. I'm gonna do creamsicle next, and I'll just go through all of these and I won't make you watch in real time, but instead I'll put on some relaxing music and you can just enjoy watching this come together. Oh, it was so, oh my gosh, it was so good until the last little stencil, but I'm gonna find a way to crop that out. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I'm seeing a little bit where I'm dragging the colors into the other openings, which is just kind of hard unless you want to like really clean off your stencil in between, which you totally can. Another thing that I want to try is, let's see, I'm trying to find a way to, well, I guess I know for a fact that I can tape this top part down because I'm going to end up trimming that off. So I know for a fact I can do that. So let's do, is this 2 or 1B? And this is our next layer. Okay, there is our next one. And because I already have this juniper out, I think I'll just start there. I'm going to skip that one because I just didn't really like how that turned out. So I will just start right over here. And then I'm going to try to use a baby wipe in between to see if that kind of helps me to not drag color as much. Okay, there is stencil 2. Let's see how that one turned out. I think I think the baby wipe in between really made a difference. All right, here we go. Now let me know if you think, because this is a little bit of a labor of love, but I think the end result is gonna be so worth it. And if you just turned on your favorite show, had fun, just relaxing, that is my idea of a nice evening. So we'll see. I'm thinking this is going to be super cool. Okay, I did much better with the juniper as I worked with it. So that is something that I wanted to mention about. Let me zoom in here so we can appreciate this fun stencil. I wanted to mention that about the inks that you work with. So as you work and get to know your colors, you will realize how each one of them works. And I pretty much exclusively work with Concord and Ninth inks. I just think that their colors are genius. If you have been card making with me for a while, you know that I just absolutely adored their color palette. So let's look at this. But oh my gosh, it's so worth it. I love that. And I'll clean off those stencils in a little bit. But I wanted to speak to inks for just a minute because as you could see with that lemongrass, I had to tap that off like crazy. And still I was just using the residue from my mat. So this color comes in super hot. And I know you giggle when I say it like that, but this is like coming to the party and saying, I'm here. Like it is just coming in hot all the time. It really, really is bold right away. Whereas sea glass, and these are just examples of how inks and colors work differently, but sea glass needs a little nudging along. It's a little more introverted. It's kind of like, come on, you can do this. You're just nudging this little color along and you're wanting to bump it up quite a bit. So I just want to mention that not all of your inks are going to work the same. So as you get to know them and the colors, then you'll know. And I've been working with these colors long enough to know that, you know, sometimes this takes quite a bit to show up, and then lemongrass you want to be super gentle with because it's a little bold. Okay, so there is this panel. Now, I am really impressed. I want to be careful here. One thing is that my washi tape really does want to rip my cardstock, so I want to be careful there. But I'm impressed with the Concord and 9th cardstock. I think that's super fun. So here are the two little panels. Well, this is going to be a die cut, but this is where we're at so far. I love the color combination and the addition of the juniper. I think that's super, super fun. It kind of gives vibes of what this is doing, but my own little spin on it because I like a little bit more of a just soft look. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on with this. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to focus on this little guy because I think I will actually continue doing a tad bit of ink blending to do a fun backdrop. Okay, so what I want to do is actually I want to trim this down just a little bit. So I'm going to use the Concord and 9th paper again, and I'm just going to trim this to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to mask and do kind of an ombre look, hopefully. Okay, so lots of tape around here. Okay, let's do... I'm going to first tape my panel down to my mat, just like that. Okay, and there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to use this mint tape. It's amazing. And I'm going to mask 1 inch. Well, this mint tape is actually pretty much an inch, I think, pretty exact. I'm going to go all the way around my card. This is one of my favorite kind of backgrounds to do. It's just fun. Okay, and then this side. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I noticed this about my tape last time. One side is a little bit, it has, I don't know, not a clean edge. So I need to make that not on the side that I want to be just so. So I'll put that on the outside. Must have been just a manufacturing thing with this roll. That happens. Okay, hopefully I got that straight. And then I need to do this on the outside. Okay. So just like that. Okay. Now we'll do the final one over here and we're ready to go. Looks good. All right, bringing back in my orange brush and creamsicle. And I want to try to achieve here just a kind of ombre look. So I'm going to go pretty heavy-handed at the bottom. Oh my goodness, I'm never going to go back to other cardstock for blending. This is really nice. Holy moly. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to just, okay, let me start at the top. I'm going to go light at the top. I love that. That is super fun. And again, use the colors that you would like. I'm obviously going to stick to colors that inspire me. I mean, I wouldn't have my channel without being authentic to myself and what my style is. So just grab the colors that inspire you the best and go with it. Okay, now I'm going to work on darkening the bottom. Okay, here we go. And then kind of just drawing that up to the top. Maybe a little bit more at the bottom. Focus on this mid-tone now. There we go. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna darken the bottom just a hair because I think my mid-tone is kind of matching it. But I like that. This cardstock, go get some. I'll link it down below. I've had it forever and I haven't used it. Okay, there we go. So let's do a quick little wipe here. Make sure we are all clean. And we'll peel this away. So now we have this really cool backdrop. And this tape just does an impeccable job. Plus it's really handy that it's an inch because if you trim your panel down as I did, it gives a really nice border. All right, there we go. Okay, so there's my little ombre panel, very cute. Now let's take this to the side, and I gotta be careful on my edges because I was noticing that it was a little delicate. Maybe I'll just have to use mint tape only with this cardstock, which I can do because it is noticeably more delicate than the Nina that I usually work with. Okay, so remember we're doing 2 cards, so this is gonna take me a little bit more time than our traditional video, but we will get it done. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Okay, tape that down. I'm going to actually be gentle to tape the outside of the die here because I don't want the paper inside to rip when I bring this metal or this washi tape up. So do you see how I'm just taping the outside and not getting my tape on the inside area there? Okay, I'm gonna trim this down now just a little bit so it fits through my little mini here. That should be sufficient, and I'll keep those little scraps because that is some nice cardstock. All right, let's do our cutout here. Let's see, is that gonna fit? It will, just barely. Actually, I think I can fit it that way. All right, yeah, okay, there we go. And pop this little guy out. Oop. Oh, I thought that was a mistake and it's just my washi tape up there. Hold on. I panicked. I thought it looked like ink. Okay, so the alignment's not perfect on that, but it's gonna be cute nonetheless. We're gonna have something like that. Very fun. Okay, so we're done with that little guy. Now I think I need to work on sentiments. So let's do, I kind of want to have some fun with some gold. I'm going to grab my stamps. I'm just grabbing my regular 80-pound cardstock here. And let's do party animal for one of them. And then I want to do this for one. Okay, that's adorable. There we go. Press that down. So I want to make sure, I'm gonna prime my stamp a little bit there. I want to make sure that I prep my paper for embossing. So I'm grabbing just this anti-static powder, put it all over, well, mainly just the area that I'm gonna put my stamp, but there we go. And then I'm gonna grab my Versamark and really ink these up. Actually, I kind of wanted to do something different. I might have to switch gears on my party animal. Let's see. I'm gonna bring out my pressure tool for that bottom one a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna realign that and I'll double stamp that. Let me go ahead and just do the party animal with the gold, but I think I wanna do actually a colored cardstock and have it be white, but we'll see. Yeah, I might love it. I might love it in the gold. Okay, one more time. There we go. Okay, so I'll remove this and I'll come back and get my stamps in just a moment. Let's bring in a little sketch paper. Oops, hopefully I didn't nudge that. We'll see in a second, won't we? Okay, grab this. And I'm trying to think if I want to do gold or antique gold. I think I just want to do gold. So hopefully I didn't smudge that one. Oh, I think it's okay. Need to put a little bit more down in that corner there. Actually, I kind of need to do a little bit more everywhere there. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. I'm gonna add a little bit to some parts that seem just a tad shallow. That one seems just a bit shallow, but I'm gonna go with it because the rest of it looks great. So yeah, it'll work. And this little party animal, what's with this little spot right in the middle? Come on. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so I'll put the rest right back in here and let's melt the powder. Oh my gosh, that turned out so pretty. I really like that. All right, let's grab our little die cuts and trim these out, and then we can decide what we want to do. What's hard about this is, oh, I think it'll be really pretty with the gold though. Yeah, because I was gonna do like a colored cardstock and then do the white embossing powder, but I feel like then that's gonna distract from the color. I think if we do this, then the color remains on the back. I don't know, that's just me. We all have our own ways of approaching a card. So do whatever you want on yours. Every card will turn out just gorgeous with this set. Okay, so there is that. And then, like I said, it's almost time for some new washi tape. This one is gearing towards the end. Okay, that's really fun. I love how that cuts that all out. It's a really smart design choice for the stamp. Trim those out. These are gonna be so cool. Okay, I'm just gonna pop those out. How fun is that? Okay, and then I'll do my last one. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, while beautiful, I just think that's a little busy for me, but that's what that could look like if you want to layer them one on top of the next. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sentiment, just a simple sentiment on this because I want the focal point to be the background. It's nice and busy, so I'm gonna do something really simple on the forefront. I'm gonna move all of my elements to the side. On this one, I'm gonna trim this down just a little bit. In fact, that's not bothering me as much as I thought it would. Let's start there though. I wanna go ahead and trim 1/4 inch off each side. Well, sorry, 1/4 inch off of 2 sides. So I'm gonna do that, but I kind of wanna do just 1/8 off of the top, or the left and right to equal the 1/4. Okay, and okay, so now what I did there is I made this 4 by 5 1/4, and that will achieve a 1/8 inch margin around my card. Okay, so I just had to kind of do it a little differently based on what little elements I wanted to trim off there, but I like how that looks a lot. Okay, I want to make my card bases because now it's time to put these together. So I have 110 pound cardstock. Again, we're doing 2 cards, so I'm just going to do all of my bases at the same time. This is 11 by 4 1/4. I will place my score mark at 5 1/2 for the first one and for the second one. Okay, move this out of the way. Then I'm just going to fold and press that down for our little crease there. And same for the second one. I am going to take some foam tape and add 4 strips to the back of each card panel. Then I will simply open up each card And we'll put these right on the front. And this foam tape is just going to offer it a little bit of dimension. So there is the first one, and there is the second. Okay, so for my die cuts, I'm just going to go ahead and flip them over and add some of these larger foam squares. Just like to grab a few at a time. Place those right on the back to give it a little fun bump of dimension right on top of this panel, but also on this panel as well. Then I'll just remove the backers, and I want this to be centered right on the card for this one. Oh, I love that. Okay, party animal. And then I want to see what I want to do over here. If I want to do, actually that looks super fun. I guess I didn't really need to focus too much on that ombre because he's going to be covered quite a bit. So what did this say? It said, hey there. I guess you don't have to do the whole thing, do you? Hey there. You could either do happy birthday or you could do party animal. I don't want them to be the same, but I'm kind of really loving the party animal just sentiment. I think that is super cute. So I might just, I'll have to figure out where that's all gonna go. I need to have fun with that for just a second, but oh, that could be kind of cute actually. Okay, so I'll keep these for something else. I didn't really realize, unless you wanted to do like happy birthday down here. I don't know. That's a little too much in my opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna move those to the side. And then I think I will put this little cutie right there. And then I'll work from the bottom to the top, like bottom to the top in my sentiment there, just to get placement just right. That makes sense in my mind, but again, have fun creating your own. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, did I have it kind of, no, I kind of want to go like that. Okay, so party, hey there. And I want these to kind of, oh, I kind of actually like, oh no, I want them to kind of look like they're just tossed there, which is a little hard for me. That is exactly what I want. So I'm gonna grab these tinier foam squares, but before I do that, hold on, I want to take a picture of that. That way I know what I want that to look like. Sometimes it's hard to remember. Okay, so I'm gonna grab tweezers as well. That will definitely come in handy for these tiny little pieces. And I'll just put a couple, well, maybe 3. I don't want that to bow. I also have some foam strips too that I could use. But I like the size of these and how that's basically covering the whole back of that. Okay, so looking at my picture, I had this like that. Okay. And I'll just go ahead and place the rest of those down using my photo as a reference. Okay, I had that one just like that. Okay, hey there, party animal. Super cute. All right, let's round this off with some fun embellishments and we'll call these complete. Okay, I was trying to decide, I want something fun here because these are not boring cards at all. Okay, so I was trying to decide between this peach and this more opal one. I think I'm gonna go with the peach because it kind of gives just a little bit more of that orangey look. I think that's kind of fun. Okay, so we will put this one back and I just need to decide where I want these necessarily. Okay, this one will be pretty easy to decide. I think I'll do a duo up top. There we go. And a trio down here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and I like going for a bigger, small, and small. Okay, and then it kind of looks like it's really thick. Okay, there we go. Fix that one. Then we'll do this bigger one here, and then pair that with a small. Let me just make sure that goes the right way. Whoops. There we go. Okay, that's fun. Fun and simple. I like that. Okay, and then over here, I'm kind of wondering if I should do something like a little duo here. I'll do these one at a time to see if I like it. Okay, I like that. I just don't want it to compete with this little fun thing that's going on there. Okay, and then maybe, I think anything else that I do is gonna be odd. I feel like even though I usually don't do just two, it's kind of working for me. And I'm not one to ever want to just fill space, but that could be kind of cute too, or just a lone little single one. No, maybe I will do that. So we'll do 1 and 2 right in there. Okay, so I did go ahead and add my little personalized stamp to the back of both cards. In real time, I am at 1 hour and 18 minutes. So this will take you around 1 hour 15, but 2 cards. And I will say that the background for this card, that took a lot of time. So I would say if you liked doing this, maybe have a few panels and do them all at once. That way you are really maximizing your time with your ink blending. That could be a way to get multiple cards with this idea. I love how these turned out. This was really fun to put together. As always, everything that I'm using will be linked down below, but I love the element of the gold. I think that's so fun. And I love that party animal sentiment. I think this is just a really fun little stamp, stencil, and die set that is very versatile. You can have so much fun with the colors that you use and make them look completely different based on your color palette. All right, be sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.